This is the Slater Report podcast. Today's Monday, August 5th. Welcome back to another new season of Slater Report podcast. Feels great to be back in the recording booth. As you can see that we are under a new name. Fantastic. No longer Busy Sports. And before I jump into that, I just want to say we're back at it. Welcome back. It feels great to be back and recording about sports. I'm so excited to be talking about it. There's a lot of things happen over the off season. A lot of things happened since I last recorded an episode. But let's jump right into why do you see a new name for our new network? Well, Fantastic is our new name. Busy Sports is no more. I don't even like the name Busy Sports anymore. I like a rebranding. I want to refocus on producing really high quality. I'm going to go over everything of why I'm doing it, but just right in. Busy Sports, no more. Gone. Take it away. Fantastic is where I'm at. I'm mainly focused on the fans. And also, I had also narrowed down of what sports and teams we're mainly focused on. We're based in Oklahoma, and you can see that in graphics right here, these are the teams that I'm mainly going to be focused on. Now, of course, I'm still going to be doing national coverage of the biggest games, news, whatever. But these are the main teams and schools in the college and professional level that I'm mainly going to be doing stories on and mainly going deep dives into each one of these teams from Oklahoma, OU, OSU, Tulsa. Yes, I'll do Tulsa. Got Oklahoma City Thunder, and then I'll even do some of the corner states too, like Kansas, Texas, Dallas, Kansas State, the Mavericks, Cowboys. I'll be focusing on all those teams and schools around Oklahoma as well. So these are what I'm mainly focused on. I'm really doing this to produce the high quality content. I just want to be focused on one thing, getting great shows out. Same top shows. American Game Day will still be every Saturday, talking about the big college football games and college basketball, NFL, whatever the big games are of that weekend. And of course, this show, the Slater Report podcast, this will still be the same show. Just whatever I want to talk about. Most of the time I'm talking about sports, but it's whatever I just want to talk about, the latest news and anything. Down and Distance football show still be around. I'll be doing, I got a good plan for that one as well. And then Inside the Paint is our basketball show. It'll come on later this winter when basketball comes around. But my main focus is high quality content. I've created a lot better graphics, so there'll be a lot more motion. And then so it won't just be like standing still graphics. I mean, this podcast most of the graphics will be standing still because mostly just talking without a script, impromptu basically on this show. But American Game Day and Down and Distance, the ones that are Inside the Paint, those are really scripted shows. I read off the script, and I really want to do more of graphics and stats on those shows, but this one is mainly just me talking and just rambling on about whatever I want to talk about. But yeah, this is really my lineup for this year. Yeah, I've gotten rid of some of the other shows. I mainly just want to focus on these four right now. And of course, Down and Distance and Inside the Paint are seasonal. But we got some big things coming in. I mean, new season coming in for football. So you know that these leagues are going to change some rules. So what new rules does the NFL have for us? Yeah, they totally changed the kickoff. Yes, the traditional kickoff in the NFL, like you see in college football, no more. So, if you all remember watching the XFL, some of you all will probably never seen the XFL. Not this year, but 2 previous years ago, they had a new kickoff. It was kind of cool, but like, the players would line up closer together, but like the kickoff team would be way ahead of the ball, and the return team would be like 5 yards from them, but like they would be all the way down the field, and there would just be one return man down there by the field 5, hanging around between the 10 and the 5, or between the 10 and the goal line, just waiting for the ball to return. And like, I think it's stupid. They're trying to do it because they want more returns, but that's tradition. Kickoff is tradition. I know they want to get rid of injuries because it's the play that has the most injuries, I guess. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I know injuries are bad, but you're taking away the excitement or the tradition of the play. I mean, everyone loves watching these kickoffs. Why? I do not get it at all. Why would you go away with that kickoff? And basically, their description of it resembles a typical scrimmage play by aligning players of both teams close together and restricting movement to reduce space and speed, promoting more returns. And there is a video. I'm going to show the video for y'all how the NFL thinks that it's going to play out. Yeah, and another crazy rule in this is if for whatever reason, there's no touchbacks. You have to return it every time. If it goes out of bounds, it goes to the 40. If it's short of that 20-yard line, it goes straight to the 40. That is crazy field position right there. Kickers have bad days. I know a lot of people say, oh, that's all they do is kick, but you never know. They have bad days. They miss kick or the weather conditions bad. It might just be slightly off kick, and it goes short or way farther than they planned, and now their opponent is at the 40 with great field position. And also, with that, it takes away, a surprising onside kick. That's what that's more of a college football thing. The surprise onside kick. I hope college football never keeps the traditional kickoff. But you can't do an onside kick in the NFL anymore now with this new rule. But you still can, but you can only do it in the fourth quarter, and you're trailing, and you have to tell the opposing team that you're going to do it first. Why? Why? Why do you have to tell the opposing team, I'm going to do an onside kick and try it instead of trying to surprise them? The onside kicks, the best ones that are recovered are the surprising ones when you don't expect it to happen. You're just going to say, hey, I got to do an onside kick. The chances that you get is very, very low instead of doing a surprising one, after halftime, I guess. I've seen that before. I've seen a couple teams, probably not in the NFL, mostly college football. But, teams will do an onside kick after halftime. They might end up getting it. But you can't do that anymore in the NFL. You have to announce if you're going to do an onside kick, and you have to be trailing in the fourth quarter. You can be, let's say, you can't even do an onside kick if it's, tied and there's 2 minutes left. And your defense is garbage. Alright? You can't just kick an onside kick knowing, I got to really get off. If I get this onside kick, I have a chance to win this game. But no, you can't. You have to kick it off there. You know your defense is trash, and you're going to probably allow a score. And probably won't have enough time to get the ball back. Stupid rule. We'll see how it plays. They did say it's a 1-year adjustment for 1 year only. I guess they just want to see how it plays out. But there's a reason why the XFL reverted back to something else. Did the USFL rule. So we'll see how it turns out. Probably after the first couple of weeks, I'll give more opinion about it. But another big rule the NFL has changed is the hip drop tackle. that is like one of the main tackles you do in NFL. 15-yard penalty if you wrap them up around the hip. That is like one of the most common tackles in football. So apparently you can't play defense anymore in the NFL. I don't even watch the NFL anyway now. Get rid of the NFL now. And then also, I guess this one's kind of the one I mainly like the most. I already thought it was a rule already, but now it's if you're down my contact, or if you don't know if he's down my contact or not, because again, the NFL rule is player, ball carrier trips or whatever, he goes down. If he's untouched, he can get back up and still run. But if he's on the ground and he's touched, the play's dead. But there are times where you never know if he trips and, like, I don't know, maybe opponent player accidentally touches him in the hand, foot, or slightly touches him, and it all happens so fast he gets up and starts running again. Before that, it wasn't reviewable. Now it is. You can review down my contact. I guess that's a good rule change. The only rule change I like that the NFL is making this year, and a couple other smaller ones where you can review the game clock before any snaps. But there are smaller ones. You can go to the NFL website to learn more about the smaller rules, but these are really the key ones, the key different playmakers. Now on to college football. This one is getting crazy. So, I mean, I didn't put the new 12-team... I mean, there is a new 12-team playoff format for this year. I'll explain that later on as we get closer to it, because we still don't know what that's going to look like. But I'm just going to do the main ones that are going to affect the regular season. But there's now a 2-minute warning in college football now. Yeah, 2-minute warning. So, but they did say that it's not going to affect the commercial time. It's not going to add like an additional commercial. They're still do the same amount of commercial spots for each quarter for the networks. It's just another way of saying, hey, 2-minute warning, we're almost, and it's for the end of each half, so it'll just be the second quarter and the fourth quarter. And we'll see how that goes. I think it's another way to make it look like more like the NFL. I guess we'll see how that changes. Another big one that they're trying to transition into the NFL or pro sport is helmet communication. So I really don't like this because I mean it reduces the chance of Michigan stealing plays, hand signals, but also this isn't the NFL where the NFL has all this money and they pay for themselves for all the teams. The schools pay for all the equipment themselves, or sometimes the Power 5 or Power 4 as it is now has the money. I mean, the Power 4 conferences, the Power 4 schools probably does have enough money for helmet communication, but those Group of 5 schools, those lower end schools, they barely have enough money to put together a football program, if they can, a good program. They can't afford helmet communication, and I'm sure the conferences probably don't give them enough money for it anyway. So, I think it's bad. I think you should. I mean, I kind of like it because it prevents, stealing plays, hand signals, cheating. But also, if you're playing, especially early in the season when you've got Power 5 versus the Group of 5, I mean, that Power 5 school can use helmet communication. They have the technology, the money to do it, but you're having the opponent probably doesn't have the technology or probably hasn't had the budget to do it yet, so they're stuck with hands. I can't even talk now. I haven't recorded in so long. I need to get more practice talking. Hand signals. I mean, but also I guess just adds another option of getting plays out. But also, how it works is, whatever comes first, either 15 seconds left the play clock or the play is snapped, it is cut off. So it's not like just like NFL, where as soon as they hike it, the comms stay on. No, they cut the comms as soon as it's hiked, or the play clock gets under 15 seconds. And we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I really don't think it will be that noticeable on TV. I mean, you'll probably see a lot of quarterbacks put their hands over their ears to try and hear the play. We'll see. I mean, it might produce faster instead of, the quarterback and players looking over the sideline looking for a hand signal. He's now listening to it now, the plays from their head coaches or coordinators, and gives them a chance to get the plays in faster, I guess. And if they're going up tempo and faster speed, turbo mode, like I guess in a 2-minute drill in the last 2 minutes, 2-minute warning, gives a chance to get the plays out faster and more high-speed plays, high-powered offense. But I think it's also, but the defense could actually use it too. So it's not just the offense, the defense too. So it benefits both sides. Another big one is another more like the NFL, sideline video tablet. So this is really for, I think, just the Power 4 schools, the SEC, Big Ten, ACC, forgetting one other one, but yeah, SEC, Big 12, I think the Big 12 doing it, but yeah, the big conferences are going to provide iPads for the sideline. I think they're going to do 10 to 15 iPads for each sideline. And these players and coaches are allowed to look at replay of the play, so they'll be able to watch the game live on the sideline. Now, I'm trying to figure out more into it. There's really not much about detail of it yet. I think we're still trying to learn more about it, but I don't think it's going to be live. I think it should be a tape delay. That would be a really, I mean, if it's live video, I mean, and they said it's bringing in. They said have majority of the big camera angles, the broadcast cameras, on it. So, I mean, that's kind of cheating, because you can basically look at the opponent's sideline and kind of see what's going on live. I really hope it should be tape delayed, like 2 to 3 plays back. But if it's live, that's going to cause some major problems. We'll see how also that turns out. But, the sideline tablet things, I don't like. I mean, just wait until the week to look at film. Why do you have to look at it live? Or, I mean, you seriously, like, oh, did I just do that pass? Oh, I gotta hurry back to the sideline. Yeah, I threw it to the wrong guy, or I handed off wrong. We'll see how that goes more later on. I'll probably go over all these rules here again for both NFL and college football in a couple of weeks, probably maybe in October, and just be like kind of kind of look back at it and be like, were these the right moves? But another big one in college football is horse collar tackle. Now it's still a penalty, but if it's in the tackle box, you do a horse collar tackle within the tackle box, in the quarterback's pocket, basically. That's a 15-yard penalty. Yeah, that's gonna be big. I don't think we see much of that. We don't see a lot of horse collar tackles. But if there is one, I mean, it can be a dangerous tackle because you're pulling down the neck. Yeah, that'd be a 15-yard penalty. All right. Move on to conference realignment. It's 2024, new year. A lot of schools have jumped conferences around. A lot of confusion of if you've been living under a rock or you just have forgotten about which schools went to where. I'm here to break it all down for you. So, the SEC is gaining Oklahoma and Texas. This one's probably the most known one. So, yes, Oklahoma and Texas will now be in the SEC starting this season. And then the Big Ten is gaining Oregon, UCLA, USC, and Washington. So, majority of basically half the Pac-12 teams. The one main concern I have with this one, I mean, the SEC does work because Oklahoma, Texas is still geographical. But, I mean, you got a school like Rutgers in the Big Ten, and they have to travel, and no matter who's home or who's away, the travel distance between UCLA and Rutgers, or USC and Rutgers, even Washington and Oregon, for any one of these 4 schools, they have to travel all the way to Rutgers, all the way to Atlantic Coast, basically, for most of their events. Not just football. I mean, football basketball travel will be fine. My main concern is all the lower events, all the lower sports that doesn't have the budget that much for travel. They'll still make it, but they'll just be very expensive to make. So we'll see how that goes too. The Big 12 is welcoming the other half of the Pac-12, Arizona, Arizona State, Colorado. Yes, Colorado is back in the Big 12 after leaving it. Probably one of the worst decisions they ever made, because Colorado has been at the bottom of the Pac-12 since they left. And now that they have Coach Prime, I mean, they did have a losing record last year, but they're trending up, I guess. Yeah, but they do have a Heisman watch quarterback. We'll see how that goes. They're back in the Big 12. They're trending up. Colorado used to be at the top of the conference way back when they were in the Big 12, or a Big 8 when it was the Big 8. And then Utah. Utah is going to be probably the, I think, Utah and Colorado. No. Utah and Oklahoma State will probably become the Oklahoma and Texas of the conference. The powerhouses, the frontiers of the conference. And then we go to the ACC. This one is probably the most weirdest geographical realignment I've ever seen. Yeah, we got the ACC stands for the Atlantic Coast. Yeah, the east side of the state. They're adding California and Stanford. That's in the Pacific. Why is this travel? Well, why? Just why? And then SMU, they're in Texas, so that. But again, let's just slap a Texas school on there as well. And now they have odd number of schools in there too, so their schedule is going to be a little weird when they do all these scheduling for all their sports. It's a whole mess in the ACC. And also, there has been some rumors. Now, I cannot confirm this, but Clemson and Florida State, I mean, they've been trying to get it. I mean, there's been rumors of them trying to get out of the ACC for the last couple of years, especially after Florida State was left out of the playoffs last season. But there has been some rumors going around that Clemson and Florida State are looking to join the Big 12. I have not seen any good sources of it yet. It's really been all rumors, so I am not confirming it will happen, and just keep an eye on it. We'll see. It's definitely not gonna happen this season. I mean, the next school year is about to start, so we'll see down the road, maybe 26, 27. If it happened, it'll be probably 26, 27 maybe. So we'll see how it goes. And then let's look at the Pac-12, or the Pac-2, I guess now. Yeah, they're still going to be called the Pac-12. Oregon State and Washington State. No, they're not just playing a one-game schedule. They've actually are doing not really a merge, but a join with the Mountain West. So they're basically filling out the rest of the schedule, conference schedule, with Mountain West. And then they'll have their traditional non-scheduled things. But, yeah. All of Oregon State and Washington State's home games, they will be Pac-12. They'll be under Pac-12 license. But anytime they're on the road, it'll be Mountain West, or whatever their if they do have a non-conference game on the road, which I think they each have like one on the road. I haven't really looked too deep. I don't know all the team schedules by memory, but they'll be playing the Mountain West. I think it's really and Oregon State and Washington State. I mean, football and basketball-wise, they're good. They're good. They were definitely teams to look out for in football last year. Oregon State had a good run last year too. So them being left out of the outcast of the conference realignment, kind of disappointing. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's gonna wrap up this show. I hope you enjoyed it. I actually think I'm gonna do another Slater Report podcast next week. I think. Let me pull up my schedule. Yeah, I don't even remember my schedule. I'm still trying to finalize it. But yeah, no, I'm actually doing American Game Day next Saturday, August 17th. A New Beginning is what I'm calling it. It's really, I mean, there's really no big games that week. I just want to say, hey, let's get an early look at a preview of football coming up and kind of do a recap of the NFL postseason. I'm not postseason, preseason. Yeah, the NFL preseason is underway. Yeah. So, well, kind of. I mean, we did have the Hall of Fame game, but we're pretty close to the preseason kicking off. Yeah, football is right around the corner, and I can't wait to get these videos going. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time.
This is the Slater Report Podcast.